Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name's Monica. In today's video, I'm going to go through November's new releases as well as my TBR. So November has some really great gems. I'm excited to talk about it, so let's get into the new releases, and then I will follow that up by what I am planning on reading in November. So the first book is Christmas Off Script by Evie Alexander. This is going to be released on November 4th. It's not having an audiobook, but I know it's going to have ebook and paperback. I'm really excited for this. I've started reading Ellie Alexander this year, and I'm really happy I have. Next book is Mistletoe Mischief by Cody Hall. This is book 2 in the Falling for Mistletoe series. This is coming out November 5th, and it's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrator is going to be CJ Bloom and Lee Samuels. Also on November 5th is My Darling Jane by Elsa Madden Mills. This is book 2 in the Darling series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, ebook. The narrators are going to be Stella Hunter and Sebastian York. I think this might be Kindle Read and Listen. So also releasing on November 5th is Hexed by Emily McIntyre. This is book 5 in the Never After series. It's having all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are going to be Madeline Dyer and Eric Bloomquist. The last one being released on November 5th is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. This is book 3 in the Rebel Blues Ranch series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are going to be Jason Clark and Samantha Brentmore. And then on November 7th is Forever Wild by Rebecca Jinshek. This is book 5 in the Wildcat Hockey series. This is book, I think it's the last book in that series. It's a college hockey sports romance series, and it's a solid series. I don't think I'm caught up on the series yet, but it's going to have paperback and ebook. I suspect it will also have an audiobook, but I haven't heard anything. So the next few books that are going to be releasing on November 12th, I'm saying it now so I don't have to continue to say it. These are novellas that are holiday, that I think was a collaboration, and they're going to be on Audible, and I think it might be for free, so keep a look for that. The first one, and they're all novellas, so they're all holiday novellas. So the first one is All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. It's book 1 in the Under the Mistletoe series, and her narrator is going to be Andy Arndt. So book 2 for Under the Mistletoe series, this one was written by Tessa Bailey. It's called Merry Ever After, and their narrators are going to be Samantha Morton and Connor Crayas. Then for book 3 for Under the Mistletoe series is written by Allie Hazelwood, and it is Cruel Winter. Her narrator is going to be Vivian LaRue. And then book 4 for this series is Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandra Belfleur, and I've never read from her before, so this will be fun because it'll be my first one that I've ever read from her. Her narrator is going to be Amelie Griffin. So the last book in the series that's releasing on November 12th is Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria, and her narrator is Ruby Corazon. So I read the ones that were put out, I think, in February for Valentine's Day, so I'm excited about this. I like a good holiday novella. All right, so moving on from those novellas. On November 14th is If You Need Me by Helena Hunting. This is book 3 in the Toronto Tears series. I read this. I got the audio arc. I can't tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you who the narrators are, but the narrators are fantastic. I can tell you that. This is going to be worth your credit, okay? So trust me on this. This one is a very, very strong one. I love this book so much. The hero has loved her from her childhood on, and he never tried to change her. He loved her for how she is. And he's sunshine, she's grumpy, and the pining he goes through for her and how he chases her. I love it. And she makes him go through some paces, and yes, absolutely. This one is really, really good. I think this one is my favorite in her series so far because I just love him. It's Hemi and Dallas, and he is one of the best book boyfriends I've read all year. Absolutely love this. Highly recommended. It's coming out on November 14th. It's going to have ebook, audiobook, and paperback. It's worth the credit to listen to this book. Trust me on this one, because the narrators did a outstanding job. and the book is a really good one. So just putting that out there. All right, moving on. So on November 15th is Once Upon a Christmas Tree by Lulu Moore. I've never read Lulu Moore and I really want to read her. This is going to have all the releases, audiobook, paperback, and ebook, and the narrators are going to be Shane East and CJ Bloom. And then on November 19th, Darkest Sins by Neva Altaj is finally getting an audiobook. This is book 9 in her Perfectly Imperfect series. And the narrators are going to be Gregory Salinas and Alison Voller. So I'm so excited for this one. I love the Perfectly Imperfect series. Also releasing on November 19th is My Christmas by Piper Rain. It's probably going to get an audiobook, but I haven't heard who the narrators are, but we're definitely getting an ebook in a paperback. Also releasing on November 19th is Variation by Rebecca Yarros. This is a standalone contemporary romance. I do not know who the narrators are, but the audiobook is up for pre-order right now on Audible. So just letting you know that. But you're also going to get ebook and paperback. Also releasing on November 19th is The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is book 3 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I have only read book 1 and then the Six Scorched Roses novella. So I really need to catch up on this, but it's having all the releases. So you're going to have audiobook, paperback, and ebook. And the narrators are going to be Amanda Lee Cobb and Aiden Snow. And then the last one that's being released on November 19th. And this one, I have been waiting for this for a year. It is The Mirror by Nora Roberts. This is book 2 in the Lost Brides trilogy. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, or actually it's hardcover this time. She gets hardcovers first. Then they do a paperback release a year later. So she's getting hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. The narrator is going to be Brittany Presley. Listen, I tried to get the ALC for this and I was denied, which kind of hurt my feelings because I've been salivating for this book. Like, I don't do cliffhangers. I hate cliffhangers. But oh gosh, yes. Okay. So moving on, because I can't think about having that book in my hand right now because I really want it in my hand right now. I would just really want to read it. So anyway, releasing on November 21st is Broken Harbor by Catherine Cowles. This is book 3 in the Spirit Falls series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. And the narrators are going to be Erin Mallon and Connor Crayas, and I just found out I'm getting an arc for it. I'm so excited. I love the Sparrow Falls series. This is like, I think this is my favorite series she's done. I absolutely love everything about this series. The characters, the drama, the suspense, the romance, everything about this series has just, they've all been 5 stars for me. I just love this series to pieces. Okay, so also releasing on November 21st is My December Darling by Lauren Asher. This is a holiday novella. It's going to have ebook and paperback, and I don't know about an audiobook, but I don't care. I love Lauren Asher, and I'm probably going to end up reading that one. So releasing on November 26th is A Very Merry Mistake by Lara Parrish. This is a holiday standalone. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Thomas Oakley and Samantha Cook. She was half of Kenny Fox, and I haven't read one of her stand-up books that were not from Kennedy Fox, so I'm actually interested in this one. So she's a good writer. And then releasing on November 26th is From Air by Julie Ann. I think this is also getting an audiobook, but I haven't heard anything about narrators, but it's going to have ebook and paperback. Then the last book I want to just highlight, because there's probably some I'm absolutely missing. This is an audiobook release only, so it's been out, and this is coming on November 26th, and it's Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. I loved this book last year. It was a great read. The narrators are going to be Savannah Peachwood and Stephen Dexter. So those are the new releases. So let's just get into what I am planning on reading, at least committing to. I obviously read a lot more than what I commit to because life kind of gets in the way sometimes, but I digress. Let's get into it. So I'm participating in the Wallflowers read along because I love the Wallflowers. I love Tiff. I love Christy. I love Bee. They're all great. I am so excited for this. Like, you have no idea how excited I am for this one. And it's not as good as Devil in Winter. I will die on that hill, but it is Scandal in Spring. And this one, I believe, is the last Bowman sister. And I enjoyed it. I think that one I gave 4.5 stars or 5 stars. This series has just been fantastic. So for the Nora Roberts book club that Jess from Peace Love Books, she runs on her Patreon. I'll leave it linked below, so if you want to join. We're going to be reading Undercurrents. And be aware this one has domestic abuse and child abuse in it. At the beginning, I believe this is a reread for me, but this is a romantic suspense. And I think this one, if I remember correctly, and it, like I said, it's been a hot minute since I've read Undercurrents, but I think I gave it 4 stars, so yes. And for historical Hellions, we're going to be reading A Chance at Love. This is by Beverly Jenkins. So I've been trying to get into Beverly Jenkins for a long time. This is the 3rd book that I've read from her, and so I'm excited for this one. And of course, I'm going to be reading The Mirror by Nora Roberts. I will be reading that on release day, so have a sneaky suspicion that's also going to end on a cliffhanger too. So, all right. Moving on to my next book that I'm committing to, and that is Broken Harbor by Catherine Cowles. I'm going to read this book. It's just going to happen. I love this book. I'm going to read it, and I'm all excited for it. I might actually end up reading it before November if the arc comes in, but I'm going to count it in November because I'm not waiting to November to read this book if I don't have to, okay? Okay. And then I am going to read The Darkest Sins by Neva Altaj. I've been so excited for this audiobook to come out. I want this audiobook so much. So I will be listening to it as soon as it comes out. So the next one that I am absolutely listening to is Merry Christmas by Piper Rain. This one I have been wanting to listen to since I heard about it. I love their holiday romances. I'm excited for this one. And of course, speaking of holiday romances, I'm going to read Once Upon a Christmas Tree by Lulu Moore. I've wanted to try Lulu Moore, and I'm excited for a holiday romance from them, as well as reading My December Darling by Lauren Asher. I love Lauren Asher. She's steadily becoming one of my favorite authors. I have not read her Formula 1 series, so I'm still saving that one. But anyway, so those are the books that I'm committing to and reading on my TBR, as well as the new books. Let me know what you are excited for, what you can't wait for. Let me know all of the details down below. And if you made this far in this video and you want to let me know that you're here, please leave me an acorn emoji since we are getting into November. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.